Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Okay, so let's start. Today, we are going to discuss about stress, various kinds of intonation patterns, difference between stress and intonation, and we will also practice how to give stress and intonation. Okay, so let's start. In our previous class, we discussed about stress but not completed. Okay, so today we are going to complete this topic and then we will move forward to our next topic, that is intonation pattern. Okay, so what is stress? Stress is when you pronounce some syllables more strongly than others. More strongly means more loudly, more clearly, and more slowly. Like, how about we go for a coffee this afternoon? My phone is broken, so I am going to buy a new one. Here, I give stress on some syllables. We go coffee this afternoon. Right? And regarding sentence stress, at first, we have to identify which are content words and which are grammar words or structure words. Then, we have to give emphasis or stress on content words. Which are content words and how can you identify which are content words? Content words are most important words in a sentence, and content words give you the meaning of the sentence, and if you remove the content words the sentence will be meaningless. Like, suppose in the first sentence, if you remove the content words we go coffee this afternoon, then the sentence will be meaningless, right? How about for a, so no meaning. So in this sentence, content words are most important words. So it's very easy to identify content words, and content words are very flexible. Just you have to find out which are content words, that means which are most important words. So these are content words. There is no specific rule regarding, how can you will how can you identify the content words. There is no specific rule, and content words are very flexible, so you have to just identify which are most important words and which give you the meaning of the sentence. Okay, and then you have to put stress or give stress on content words. Okay, uh, now here you can see some examples are written, and I am going to read the sentences. Listen to me carefully. I heard that the weather is going to be bad tomorrow. He has no idea what he wants to do after he graduates. Could you get some bread from the bakery on your way here? Okay. So, you can hear that I am putting stress on some particular words or syllables. Right. So, here I give stress on heard, weather, bad, tomorrow in the second sentence, no idea, once, after, graduates. In the third sentence, get, bread, bakery, way here. These are all contained words, that is, most important words. And I am giving stress on contained words. So it's very simple. In our previous class we discussed, but still I just repeat so that you can remember all the rules and we can move forward. Now you have to give emphasis on proper words and proper words, like you have to identify which are proper words, that means which are most important words, what idea you are going to emphasize. Like suppose she doesn't live in Paris, she lives in Rome. Here what is most important here? Place, right? You want to say that she doesn't live in Paris, she lives in Rome, right? So place is most important, that's why you have to give emphasis on the name of the place, that is Paris and Rome. Similarly, in the last two sentences, the flight left at 10. I thought it left at 12. In these two sentences, time is important, and that's why you have to give stress on time, right? So the flight left at 10. I thought it left at 12. Okay. Now, shifting stress. Namrata, what happened?
Sorry, ma'am, just by mistake.
Okay. Now, shifting stress. Listen to me carefully, then you will be able to understand what is shifting stress. I'm going to read the sentences. Are you going to Kolkata tomorrow? Are you going to Kolkata tomorrow? Are you going to Kolkata tomorrow? So, the sentences are same, but the way I pronounce is different, right? Because stress is shifting from are to you, then to tomorrow, right? In the first sentence, question is important. I want to know whether you are going to Kolkata tomorrow or not. So that's why I'm putting stress on are, that is question, right? Are you going to Kolkata tomorrow? That means I want to know. In the second sentence, are you going to Kolkata tomorrow? Here, person is most important because I want to know whether you are going to Kolkata tomorrow or some other person going to Kolkata tomorrow. So that's why I am giving stress on you. Are you going to Kolkata tomorrow? In the third sentence, time is most important. I want to know whether you are going to Kolkata tomorrow or or next day or some other day. Right? So that's why I am giving stress on tomorrow. Are you going to Kolkata tomorrow? Okay. So this is shifting stress. Stress can be shifted. Now, syllables. Okay. So, what we have discussed till now, this is regarding sentence stress. Now we will go to word stress, and but before that you have to identify what is syllable. You have to um, yes, you have to divide the words into syllables. Okay, so how can we divide? Now we will discuss what is syllable. A syllable is unit of pronunciation. It is the word or part of the word which is uttered by a single effort of the voice. Okay, like okay, uh, the word remember. Okay, so remember, you have to divide the word into syllables, and syllable is a unit of pronunciation. The part of the word which is uttered by a single effort of the voice. In the word remember, there is three unit of pronunciation. Remember, remember. See, if you pronounce the word and um, if you listen very carefully, if you listen to me very carefully, you can identify that there is three unit of pronunciation in the word remember. Remember, remember, right? See, beauty, two syllable, hardship, two syllable. Okay, electricity, electricity, here five syllable. So you have to just identify how many syllables are there in a word, and you will be able to divide the word into syllables if you identify how many units of pronunciation are there. And there are different categories like monosyllabic words. Monosyllabic words are those having one syllable. Like first, you can't divide these words into syllables because there is only one unit of pronunciation, first. So this is monosyllabic word. And disyllabic words are those having two syllables, like beauty, hardship. Okay, and trisyllabic words are those having three syllables, like remember, rhythmical, rhythmical. Tetrasyllabic words are those having four syllables, like conversation, arithmetic. Pentasyllabic words are those having five syllables, electricity, electricity. You have to divide the word into syllables. Okay, and you have to identify how many syllables are there, because it is very important regarding word stress. Okay, now regarding word stress, there are some rules, and we are going to discuss. Rule number 1 is the stress usually strays on the syllable of the original word, that is root word. Which is root word or original word? If you remove suffixes or prefixes, there is only root word. Suppose breakable, here suffix able is added here, right? So you have to remove able. So what is root word or original word is break, and able is added here, right? So always stress, we should give stress on original word or root word. Like artist, here art is original word. Breakable, break is original word. Friendly, friend is original word and ly is added here. Painter, become, remind, here be and re prefix is added here. So you have to give stress on original word or root word. Rule number 2 is when you pronounce a noun, you have to give stress on first syllable of the word. And when you pronounce a verb, then you have to give stress on last syllable. Maybe the word is same, and a word can be used as a noun and as a verb also. The same word, it can be used as a noun or as a verb. So whenever you are going to pronounce a noun, you have to give emphasis on the first syllable, like decrease, decrease, or decrease, right? Insult or insult, object or object, protest, protest. Okay. Now rule number 3 is, in compound nouns, stress is on the first part or first syllable. Okay, like notebook, notebook, first syllable, toothbrush, or football, or bookshop. So here in compound nouns, the stress is on the first part. Okay. Rule number 4 is, the stress is generally at the end of words ending in year, like engineer, pioneer, auctioneer, or volunteer. So, all those words ending in year, we have to give stress on the last syllable, that is year, engineer, pioneer, or volunteer. Stress usually, next rule, stress usually falls after prefixes. So, we have to give stress on the syllable after prefixes, like demolish, dismiss, prepare, or untie. Here d, dis, pre, or un, these are all prefixes, and stress usually falls after prefixes. Rule number 6 is, stress usually falls on the syllable before the following letters. You can see here, like before sun, that is attention, demonstration, explanation. So before sun, right? Invitation, te. I'm giving stress on t, like invitation, or yes, quotation, t again. And stress is also used before ik or ical, like automatic, democratic, or yes, biological, philosophical. So before ik or ical, we have to give or put stress. Now before et or graphy, og, like authority, majority, society, geography, morphology. Before scient, well, or yes, like convenient, before scient, right? Convenient, efficient, before scient, essential, before cial, potential, individual, intellectual. So in this way you have to give stress. Okay, and these are regarding sentence stress. Whatever we discussed, the same is here. Contain words and structure words. Okay. So putting stress is very easy. Okay, what you have to do is you have to practice. If you want to achieve that accuracy of native speakers of English, then you have to, obviously you have to do practice. And what is the outcome of, if you learn stress and intonation, what is the outcome, you can ask me. So the outcome is, you will be able to pronounce correctly, and if you are able to pronounce correctly, then you can create good impression. Suppose you are giving your presentation, and if you pronounce in the correct way, then if you give stress, and if you follow intonation patterns, if you follow voice modulation, then it will create obviously good impression. Even suppose you are going for an interview, and you are interacting with the employers, then also if you use proper stress and if you follow proper intonation patterns, it will create good impression, right? And it's always it's not possible to remember all the set of rules and then you know converse. But what you can do is you can do practice, and sentence stress is very easy. Just you have to identify content words and grammar words, and you have to put stress on content words. And regarding word stress, there are some rules, and just you have to do practice. And if you can't remember, then what can I say? Yes, I hope you can remember. And if you can't remember, then you can follow the sentence stress only. And I hope that all of you can remember if you just do practice. And in our today's class also, we will do practice. Okay, now if you have any doubt regarding stress, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will move forward to intonation. There are so many intonation patterns and we have to discuss. Do you have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All of you, do you have any doubt regarding stress? Otherwise, we will move on to our next topic, that is intonation. Okay, so no doubt. Okay, okay. Now we will discuss about intonation. What is intonation? Intonation is referred to as the music of any language. In English language, intonation or tone is used by speakers to express emotion, questioning, and differentiate parts of a sentence. Okay, now why I am calling intonation as the music of any language? Because intonation is regarding pitch, okay, or tone. Like suppose, let me give you some example. The sentence is same here, but I am going to read the sentences using different intonation patterns. Like do you need some help? Do you need some help? Here I am using two intonation pattern, but the sentence is same, right? But the meaning can be changed. Suppose I am I am saying, do you need some help? That means I want to offer help wholeheartedly. I want to offer help. I am offering help. Like, do you want some help? But if I say, do you need some help? That means the tone is sarcastic here. Right? I don't want to, I don't want you to help, and I feel irritating. Okay. So I am offering help, not offering actually. I am telling you in a sarcastic tone, do you need some help? So the sentence is same here, but I am using different intonation patterns. Right. So that's why I am calling intonation as the music of any language, because intonation is regarding pitch or tone. Okay. So there are 7 types of intonation patterns: rising tone, falling tone, falling rising tone, flat, high, and low. And the first four rising intonation patterns are most important: rising falling, and falling rising. Now we will learn the use of rising tone, falling tone, and rising falling tone, and falling rising tone. When should, sorry, um, what are the uses of falling tone and rising tone at first? Now, falling tone is used at the end of a sentence, like she is a teacher. At the end of a sentence, okay, she is a teacher. I might be late today. I live in Kolkata. Here, falling tone is used at the end of a sentence. Here, you can see here, she is a teacher. Our tone is falling here, right? But if we use rising tone, how can you pronounce like she is a teacher although she is not working now? Here, rising tone is used when the sentence is not finished. If I say she is a teacher, that means our tone is rising but the sentence is not yet finished, right? So she is a teacher although she is not working now. I might be a bit late because I don't finish the work until 7. So it's very simple, and there are some other rules also we will discuss. Let's continue. Falling tone is also used to suggest new information or new ideas. Rising tone is used to suggest old information or old idea. Like, what is new idea and new information at first? Let me tell you. Suppose an idea or information is already mentioned. Okay, so that is old. If it is already mentioned or already told, then it is old. And if you are using an idea or information for the first time, then it is new. Okay. And when we suggest new information or new ideas, we should use falling tone. And when we suggest old information or old ideas, we should use rising tone. Here you can see an example of conversation. It is an extract of conversation, and the conversation is regarding buying of a book. Okay. And you have to just imagine that book is already mentioned here, because it is an extract of conversation, right? So book is already mentioned, so the idea book is here old, and we have to use rising tone here. Let me read at first. I thought you were going to buy the book. How are you going to study if we don't have any book? We can go to bookshop and buy books from there. I think bookshop is closed on Saturday. It's not Saturday today, it's Sunday. So, here in the first sentence, you have to imagine that book is already mentioned. So, book is old idea here. So, we used rising tone. Then, you here new idea or new information. So, that's why we are using falling tone here. In the second sentence, book is old idea, study is new idea or new information. In the third sentence, again, bookshop is new idea. And in the fourth sentence, Saturday is new idea. In the fifth sentence, again, as Saturday is already mentioned, so in the last sentence or fifth sentence, Saturday is old because it is already mentioned. So that's why in the last sentence we are using rising tone. It's not Saturday. It's not Saturday today. It's Sunday. Our tone is rising. Like so, I think bookshop is closed on Saturday. We are using falling tone. It's not Saturday. We are using rising tone. It's not Saturday today. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. We are using falling tone in the Sunday. Now, it's very interesting. Falling tone is used when you don't know the answer, and rising tone is used when you think you know the answer. Like, you got back yesterday, right? Are you tired? Is that in America? Here you know the answer. I know that you got back yesterday, but to confirm, I am asking you. For confirmation, I am asking you. So that's why you have to use here rising tone, because you know the answer. You know that you are tired, but to confirm, if you ask someone, are you tired? You can use rising tone. And when you don't know the answer, you can use falling tone, like, what do you like most? Did you have a good time? You don't know the answer. So when you don't know the answer, you can use falling tone. Now, falling tone is also used while making comments like, isn't it delicious? Isn't it delicious? We are using falling tone. Our tone is falling here. Rising tone is used while making criticism. When we criticize someone or something, we always use rising tone. Right? Like, have you lost your mind? We are using rising tone. Are you insane? Rising tone. Because we criticize. Now, when you are giving suggestion to someone, then you can use falling tone. like why don't you go for a coffee? Why don't you come and dine with us? Why don't you go for a walk? So here you are giving suggestions